So some of you might be familiar with my original project called Concrete Castles. You might also be familiar with my cover project, First to 11, which is how I got started and then transitioned into doing things like Concrete Castles, because original music just does not make a whole lot of financial sense when you compare it to being in a cover band. What you might not know is that I also was part of an original band like way back in the day when I was in middle school and in high school called Jack's Mom. Jack's Mom has a Spotify page, although we don't have very many listeners. And we put out this EP called Loud, which was basically just a compilation of 5 songs that I had written at the end of middle school, beginning of high school that, you know, me and my band put out. But I've never really mentioned this. I've been really in songwriting pretty much my whole life. I still would love to be a full-time songwriter if I ever got the chance and had it made like financial sense. And I found this folder on my hard drive the other day called GarageBand Files. I've always known it was here, but I just haven't visited it in so long. I don't even really know why I still have this folder, because I now use a program called Logic. So all of these files in here are completely irrelevant. I'll probably never use them or touch them again because I don't even use GarageBand anymore. But I figured it might be kind of fun to go back and listen to some of my first attempts at songwriting. Most of these were actually done between 2013 and 2015. A lot of the reason that the date says 2016 around some of them is because when Jack's Mom wanted to release original music, I was going through them and trying to see if any of them were good enough to be turned into real songs. The naming structure is also very archaic, you might say. It was kind of just a thing at the rock school that when you wrote an original, you just gave it a number. Like, this is original number 1. Then you write another one, this is number 2. You didn't really give them names for some reason. So as I scroll through, we just see that the numbers kind of go up, but then they also kind of don't. Like, there's so many duplicates and random renamings of things. It really just does not make almost any sense. But not a lot of things that I was doing when I was 13 were really sensible or well thought through. And you'll notice that it kind of stops around 50, which is because at song number 50 that I wrote, I got Logic. So if I pull up this folder that says Logic, you'll see that most of them start at 50 and then go through. So I pretty much wrote like 100 songs from 13 to 18. It's even interesting to see that some of the ones at the end say Berkeley at the end, because I remember I had to write these songs to submit them to Berkeley College of Music to get accepted to like their music production and engineering is what it's called. The music production and engineering department. But anyway, I think we should go back and react to probably some of the worst songs you'll ever hear in your life. So we're just gonna randomly generate a number between 1 and 50. We got 30, and here's 30. Of course, there's 30, and then there's 31. Makes no sense. I'm a little scared to hit play on these. I'm just so curious to hear what I was into. Oh gosh, I don't even see drums on this. Okay. One thing I remember is this. That's me playing drums on an electric drum kit, and I remember you can record the audio out of it, or you can record the MIDI out of it and like rearrange the drums, but I hated how the MIDI drums sounded. And I remember we used to get in a lot of trouble because I would record the audio from it and we couldn't do anything with it afterward, because obviously this is when I was first starting to learn how to play drums. The guitars are so out of tune. Also, what's so weird about this is that I just realized that this song is written in 3/4. This song is not in 3/4. Okay, maybe this wasn't such a good video idea. I'm not so sure about releasing this to the public. That's okay, it's part of the journey. Alright, that's enough of that one though. Let's do another. 11. I think I see why it makes duplicates, because every time you open it does that. Okay, we have MIDI drums. Oh my gosh. Look, we have MIDI drums. So I learned my lesson, even though chronologically that doesn't make any sense. So I learned my lesson and did MIDI drums, although you can tell my playing is so bad because look how far off the grid all these are. But then I muted them and said, screw that, I'm doing my own normal, non-changeable drums because I thought that they sounded better. I have no idea what I was even trying to do in the beginning of that. Wow, that was maybe one of the worst things I've ever heard in my life. Okay, I think I was trying to do like a 4 Year Strong kind of thing. Like the really chaotic, I don't know, like quick do-do-get, but it's so just, I can't make sense of what's going on with this. Okay, so going halftime here, classic trick. Wow, that was an experience. I'd say that was slightly more salvageable, not much, but it was like, by the chorus, you at least understood like what dimension we were in. Wow, that was just atrocious. 29. It seems like I knew well enough to like stop, because there's cuts here. Like I knew well enough to stop and like try things again, but I must have just not known when a take was actually good or not. I remember I used to hate recording. This is the MIDI drums I was talking about. I used to hate recording with these because the triggers wouldn't work. Like, I'd try and play closed hi-hats or open hi-hats, and it would do the opposite, and it wouldn't hit my cymbal, and I got so frustrated with it. That part was kind of sweet. I like that little offbeat thing. Okay, so some of that was pretty good. Like, it was kind of melodic. Like, I could see where I was going, I guess. Tracking is just not very good, but I feel like I actually like that chord progression. Like, I feel like there's something salvageable from that. You can tell that all this is just very much inspired by, like, Warped Tour bands doing, like, you know, Delang coming in the chorus, or like lots of like harmonies and octaves and like fast drum fills. 12. Okay, let's cross our fingers on this one. Okay, I can remember I wanted this song to sound like it was written by From First to Last. This is when I was really into like emo music. Not like Pierce the Veil kind of like, well, I guess that would kind of count too. Like From First to Last, like more traditional like screamo stuff, which is also funny because where was I gonna find somebody who wanted to like scream in my band when I was like 13 or 14 years old? Okay, let's pause for this delicious snare roll that I just played. Ugh. I remember being so happy that I did that little, like, upbeat. Okay, I think even this one sucks really hard. I think that if this had at least gotten into the hands of somebody who knew what they were doing, it could have been an emo hit. It could have been an emo banger. I mean, who has more angst than 13-year-old boys? I'm actually really curious. I know we're only doing like a verse and a chorus of these, but I wonder if there's like a breakdown in this. Oh yeah, here's a breakdown. The breakdown, kind of awesome. If I could do it in a better way, that would have been really sick. It's also funny because I was writing songs that I couldn't physically play. Like, I was writing songs at a tempo of over 200 beats per minute that I just simply could not play. Ugh. Alright, we're gonna do one more from this, and then we're gonna do some Logic ones. 10. I got a good feeling about 10. Okay. So it looks like we have basically 0 gain from any guitars. Let's see. I remember I wanted this song to sound like Attack Attack, but the UK version, not like metal band Attack Attack, although I do really like them. Attack Attack UK, they were the ones that had Attack, exclamation mark, Attack, exclamation mark. Okay, so, again, not bad. Has potential as opposed to some of the other ones. I think that this one, again, you see how much I was really into, like, syncopated stuff. I needed somebody to tell me, like, 1, take your songs down, like, 10 BPM so you can actually play them. 2, quantize your damn drums. And 3, like, focus on learning how to play guitar. But they're getting, like, more you know what's funny? They're getting more intelligible the farther back I go. Maybe I was just getting lazier the more I did this. Anyway, we're now going to switch to the Logic one, so we're going to go from 50 to 100. 66. Alright, nice simple track. We got some good volume to this. Maybe too much. It might be distorted, we'll see. It already sounds better, like, sonically than the ones from GarageBand, because I was so excited that Logic had good tones on it, you know what I mean? Like, I remember I went to go record this stuff, and I set up these, like, presets, which I had never done before. I remember I specifically went to go take lessons from this guy in town named Jake Flaw, so that he could teach me how to use Logic. Long-ass intros on songs. I don't know why. Like, if you heard a song that just started on the verse, it was not written by me. And you'll notice that every song that Jack's mom put out, I'm pretty sure, it was like a minute before any lyrics started. Like, I had no consideration for vocalists at all. at this, to be honest, like, it's very crude and simple, but, like, it could have turned out to be a cool song, I feel like. Like, I don't completely regret that I did that. But I remember being obsessed with the Logic drums, being like, oh my gosh, they sound incredible. And now, obviously, like, you kind of sit back and you're like, well, you know, they're okay. But, like, man, that was a game changer for me. All right, let's do, like, one or two more. 98. So what happened after I reached 100 was First to 11 just got so occupied with covers, I'm pretty sure, that I just, like, and I didn't have so I was planning on going to college at the time, like I said. I didn't have anything to do with them, so I was like, I guess I'll just kind of focus on these covers. Okay, we got some WAV files here. We're in luck. This is 80. I can tell you already, just from listening to the first 5 seconds, that I had just gotten, like, I had just made, like, a actual purchase. I got Contact, and I got a real drum library. And I was like, I just need to write something so that I can like get it out, like I can practice with these drums. Remember, I was so cool because I couldn't tell this is a reverse of an audio file, and I was so proud that I figured out how to do that. You can already tell I've gotten so much better at guitar at this point. You can tell these look like they're all programmed drums, which means that I, like, didn't play it on a kit, but I actually went in and, like, typed them in. This is probably the closest thing to how I would have actually done, like, a First to 11 cover at this point in time. I feel like there was a really cool breakdown in this song somewhere. Cool is maybe not a word I would use, but it was there. There's some cool ideas in there. I feel like that could have ended up being something. Again, like, it's getting more intelligible, which I'm proud of. All right, let's do one more. 90. Oh, we got files and lots of colorful ones. Jeez, what is this? Oh boy. Wow, this looks like such a mess. I remember I finished the song and I sent it to my friend Ben, and we worked on the broadcast team at our high school, and he went around, like, showing people the song I wrote, and I remember, like, literally diving and grabbing out his hands and saying, like, you are not allowed to show people the songs I write, because I was so embarrassed. But he was like, I'm gonna play your songs before the morning announcements, and I was like, I will do something unforgivable to you if you embarrass me like that. But he was just such a good friend. I love Ben. I also learned how to do these little glitches where I would take little bits of audio and I would, like, chop them up to make them sound like little effects. Jack's mom tried to make this into a song, I remember, and then it just ended up being so bad because I didn't know how to write lyrics, and I was, like, writing poems over it, and it just sounded so bad. But I remember this was, like, an actual song that we tried to write. So now it was definitely more towards, like, 15 or 16 at this point. But anyway, it was kind of a fun little trip down memory lane, so thank you guys so much for watching. I, as you can see, still have tons more of these songs that we can listen to or laugh at or both. And we'll have to do another one of these in the future. It'll also be interesting to actually, like, turn one of these into a song sometime, if it's good enough, or rework it or something. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one.